Alright, I want to start a series where I talk about a lot of the old 3rd edition books in 3.5. 3.3.5, that's how I got my start with Dungeons & Dragons. It was the tail end of 2nd edition. I think the first book I actually purchased was, I think, this one here, where it's actually a Diablo conversion of 2nd edition D&D to use for like a campaign, which is pretty cool. And then like the starter set for 3rd edition came out. So this is kind of where I got started. And what I love is with this, with the Dungeon Master's Guide and with the Monster Manual, all of these covers were actually sculpted, and then they kind of photographed them to actually make the covers. And it's, I think, Henry Higginbottom's the sculptor on there, which is pretty cool. And I got to meet him this last year. But I love, like, this is, for me, like, the classic illustrations for a lot of my D&D memories. You have things like the Ethereal Flitcher. You have, like, the Placer Beast. You've got the Doppelgangers. You got all the important stuff. The Dire Animals. The Archons. Which is super cool, and I love that we just finally got the Hound Archons in the Planescape book that just came out. We've got our Odiogs and Orcs, but you can see the stat blocks even for like the Orc and things like that. They're complex, but not everything is necessary in them. I found the same thing kind of with Pathfinder, and now when you look at like the 5e stat block for like a Goblin, it's so much simpler as a DM. If you're running like a lot of encounters, just makes it a lot easier. But yeah, I love these old covers. They did the 3rd edition, and then they revisited with, again, the 3.5 books. You can see how they kind of leveled themselves up. And yes, I am doing this on my floor. So the 3.5 monster book, and then the Dungeon Master Guide. But yeah, really neat. This was the first series where, or first setting, not setting, but more their first rule set, where as opposed to an advanced and like the original D&D where you had a negative armor class, you wanted to have the negative. This is where it was finally like a positive. So like a normal human farmer would have like an armor class 10, where in old editions, again, might also be AC 10, but you want that AC to go higher in 3rd edition, and that made it a lot easier for my high school math brain to start getting. But they made a lot of books during that time. Some of these are, there are some 4th edition hiding in here for Eberron. They did a whole series about different classes, which was kind of cool. All of the races books gave us more. One of my, like, the unsung heroes for our games were the Libris Mortis. Really, really cool. And I think the all-time favorite was the Draconomicon. But yeah, we'll do more on that later. These are just some kind of a preview into a whole bunch of stuff that I'm going to be talking about with the older editions, and then I might just go through a lot of the different campaign and adventure and more like the class books that they've done for 5e as well. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff that you can even pull for your other role-playing games, as well as your actual like 5e stuff too. Even like, yeah, we have like Expedition to Castle Ravenloft to help your Strahd games. Expedition to Undermountain to kind of supplement Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Ruins of Greyhawk if you want to actually do like a Greyhawk style game. And then Demon Web Pits if you want to take like Out of the Abyss just that much further. This would be kind of a cool one, even just to read through before running Out of the Abyss. But yeah, these are super cool too. But thanks for hanging out. More later.